Joe, James, Chloe. Hello.
Hello.
X on the Beach is back. Celebrity X on the Beach, no less. First and foremost, what possesses you to do a show like this? I mean, I understand the beach bit, great, people love the beach, but why would you want to be thrown together with exes in an environment like that, especially on camera?
I'm severely mentally ill.
I'm not entirely sure what actually possessed us to do it, really, looking back at it now, but yeah, I don't know, I think it's quite fun. I think it's quite fun. It's like a nice place to try and meet people. But yeah.
It's an experiment.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really talk to your exes once you've split up with them. So it's like, I needed closure. Well, yeah, you do.
I do.
You take back in with all of them.
I'll get all the baggage.
I still send mine flowers, honestly.
No.
That's fine. I think it's fine to still be friends with them. But is this, a show like this, is it one of those kind of ideas that feel good in the moment, and then suddenly you stood there on a beach, cameras are on, and you're like, I didn't need to see this person right now?
I had many meltdowns, many panic attacks, loads of tears, loads of tantrums, because you just don't realise what you're getting yourself into until you're there. No. And then the reality hits. You start getting paranoid. Are they going to hate me? Are they going to love me? Am I going to be in a triangle? What's actually going to happen? And a few of that did happen. So
yeah, I think we're all just very much go with the flow type people, so then all of a sudden when it hits, then you're like, what have I done?
I think you had the least
I
drama.
loved it, yeah. It's brand new.
Yeah.
Well, he's already mentioned he's like on good terms with some of his exes, so I guess there's less chance of it.
I was sweet until I got on there.
And then
I went south, didn't it?
Well, the show's been around for a few years. We've had a couple of series of Celebrity X on the Beach. People know the format. Is there anything new about this? Was there anything about this experience that surprised you guys compared to what you've seen before?
I think there's a lot more love in this one from the one I used to watch. I think the ones I used to watch. Obviously, we have a lot of drama in this one. Don't get me wrong, but there is definitely that softer touch as well, which
authentic
is quite nice.
Connection.
Yeah,
real connection.
Yeah, and it's nice to kind of, because when I used to watch when I was younger, it was just constant drama and whatever else, and that's great. It was all fun, but yeah, it's nice to see people actually have real strong bonds in amongst the drama.
You fell in love 5 times?
6, I think it was in the end. Yeah, 6. Close enough. I was only there for about 2 weeks. I don't know what happened.
How many times since? A few more. Let's talk about your preconceptions. So you guys are on Celebrity X on the Beach, so everyone on there has been on a successful reality TV show before, more than likely. Watching those kind of shows, seeing those kind of people, you can be painted out to be a certain thing. You don't know if you really get in that, the clear view of whether that person's like that or not. Did you have any preconceived ideas of the people you were on the beach with? Did anyone surprise you while you were out there?
I watched you before and I was like, are we going to get on? Is he going to like me? Do I fancy him? I think when I first see you on the first day, I was like, oh, he's definitely going to be the guy that I'm going to shack up with. But then we'd met before, I was like, yeah, he's a proper sort, I'm going to get with him. But then it was friends vibes, wing woman, wing man vibes.
Yeah, off the bat it was quite,
so we had a different connection. Yeah. It was nice.
I feel like the word friend zone was on the tip of the tongue there. That's not a good feeling, is it, when you're on there?
Well, if you look at my intro, my play apparently is friend zoning girls. I don't know why I do this. It's like a friend zone play. You know, Lockie, you see when you like friend zone a girl and it makes them want you a little bit more? You do this, right?
I wasn't there.
Do you not do it in the real world?
Never. I'm not.
Fine. Friend zone play is the play.
Hey, if it works, it works. You can't complain about that.
Very, very
since this show started many moons ago, like reality TV has kind of changed in a way. It's still seen as kind of like a bit of fun, a bit of silliness. It's like foreplay television kind of thing. But then, like James, you've talked about kind of issues that can come from this, like body dysmorphia and stuff like that recently. There's people look at it in different eyes now because of things that have happened in the last 10 years. Where do you guys see reality television and its state in kind of our culture now? Is there more of a responsibility for you guys being on these shows to their audiences now? Have you got to kind of handle people and audiences with kid gloves? Or is it still the same kind of balls out silliness as it used to be?
I don't think it's as bad, not as bad, but I don't think it's as brutal as it used to be. Back in the day, it was a lot harsher.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
100%.
In the glory days of Towie.
If you watch a lot of shows like this, I guess people can be sucked into the idea, they hear the word reality and think this is real and this is what I'm supposed to be like, supposed to look like, supposed to sound like. And do you think it's important that people remember the emphasis is on kind of the entertainment and the brashness of it?
Yeah, and I think also we've got a part to play on screen that is the over-exaggerated version of ourselves, which naturally comes because it's like you're in front of a camera, you're in a different environment, you're dating people, you're seeing your exes, it's like all these heightened emotions and everyone's hypersensitive. And I think when I watch it back, it's like, oh, I look good, I'm in a bikini, my makeup's always done. And I think when the younger generation watch reality TV nowadays, it's like, oh, that's the beauty standard that I need to uphold to. And I try and go above and beyond on my socials to show that I'm not perfect. I hardly wear, sometimes I don't even brush my hair. And I think it's a lot of pressure on our shoulders, like with James being on TV the other day talking about the harsh realities that come from reality TV. You need to also talk about the reality of life behind the camera, not just in front of it, you know?
I agree. I think we have a role to play almost in a sense of like trying to show people the real representation. And I think however much sometimes you can't do it on camera, I think what you do after and like in interviews and stuff like that is kind of the important, because it is just very, very drama and it is crazy.
It's superficial.
Massively so, and it kind of it is reality to a degree, but it's not real life.
It's scripted to a certain degree, and it says it at the beginning of like the episode, so people need to acknowledge that.
And it's not real life, and it's not always the standards you see on the screen and stuff. Like it's not real, like so it
is real, but it's obviously things are.
No one wants to see us sat down eating a coffee. Eating a coffee, drinking a coffee.
I think sometimes people just need to remember, like it's entertainment. It's an entertainment for a purpose. Everything that's been made.
They even watch like EastEnders and they think that's real. So where do you draw the line? It's hard, isn't it?
Sure.
And finally, how have you guys changed in your experience from reality TV? How do you feel you've changed, grown as people? What lessons have you learned that you take with you day by day in your lives since stepping into this kind of heightened, glamorous world?
I actually think to be kinder to people, because I think when I first came into it, I met a lot of people who, I don't know, maybe weren't so kind at the start, and I just kind of, I didn't understand it, so I think, I try and be much nicer every day to day, if that makes sense, just to people I meet in the streets and stuff like that.
I think for me it's when I had my first show, Too Hot to Handle, and then I started on Netflix reality television, it was like such a big audience that I was trying to compare myself to other people in reality TV. I want to get a boob job, I want to get a bum job. I even messaged a surgeon a few years ago saying, am I too thin to get a BBL? Because I want a BBL, otherwise I'm not pretty enough. And recently, I feel like the lessons I've learned is to not compare myself. I'm authentically myself. And as long as I'm nice and I'm staying true to who I am, nothing else matters. And I feel like I've grown more with age in my confidence to just accept Chloe as Chloe. Yeah, I've got a pancake bum. I don't care. Yeah, I don't look like every Tom, Dick and Harry on TV, but I don't care, you know? You're always going to relate to certain people that watch it. And I mean, I'm fun, I'm entertaining, I'm funny, you know? So I just need to lean into that a little bit more.
And James, what about you, mate? You've been around for a few years. First time you were in Tower was a long time ago. How's things changed for you? How do you what lessons have you learned that help you in your day-to-day life?
Well, I think everyone's very conscious of how they look anyway, aren't they? In general. And then you come into this industry and you do, like when you come out of a restaurant or whatever, the paps are there, they're trying to get the worst pictures here, and it does make, even the boys get forgotten about, but it does make you self-conscious. That's why I went and got my hair done. You know, in the past, I've gone and done steroids where I'm trying to compete with the other boys on other shows, or it is quite a, obviously that's what I spoke about the other day. So it's a vicious circle, and then you have a knock-on effect where people are not on the show, like younger people that look up to me, you don't even realise that even my brother, he's looking up to me and he's trying to compete with me and I'm advising him about what to do. But I'm a little bit, you know, it's a very tough industry, especially when you're getting older as well within that industry. you know what I'm saying? So I'm competing with, say, someone like Joe, who's 10 years younger than me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we're all going for the same jobs. Even though he's my friend, we're all, competing for other work outside of the TV aspect. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's that.
So it's just handling the pressure, learning how to handle the
Yeah.
pressure,
It's a
not let it
subconscious
overwhelm
pressure,
your private life on top of kind of
But it's just, the boys and the girls, like they might be friends, we might all be friends, but we're all in competition for endorsements or other work. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and when I first started, there's only a few shows. Now, there's so many shows. There's about 10,000 love owners in Joe, and it just makes it very difficult,
There is a lot of us.
And I imagine there's going to be a lot more in the years to come. But I'm sure you guys don't need my best wishes or any help. You've been doing it very well already.
Thank
and
you.
I'm sure you continue to do so. Good luck with this show. Not that you need it. And enjoy.
We do.
You do. You do.
We
And
do.
the next series, and the next series after that.